Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Powell.
You two look as though you've been up all night.
And the night before.
Are we in the midst of a crime wave?
Not anymore. We've just managed to break up McNally's drug operation.
Congratulations. Then I take it you're no longer interested in Kate Peterson.
Well, we're still interested in nailing her. We'd like to see Mrs. Davidson.
Sure. Inspector, I hope you're going to be discreet about the confidential meetings I arranged between you and Peterson.
Now, Mrs. Powell, when have you known me ever to be anything but discreet? So, we were able to make a series of major drug raids acting on information that we received at Wentworth. This information originated from Mari Winter, and it was Kate Peterson who attempted to get messages out to McNally's boys.
Well, it's unthinkable. Drug trafficking within Wentworth, and this is the first I hear about it. Why wasn't I told?
Well, you're being told now, Mrs. Davidson. You're also being told that it's almost cleaned up. Wentworth is dry. All that remains is to charge Winter and Peterson, and I'd like to see them both now, separately, starting with Peterson.
Well, I find her involvement in drug trafficking inconceivable.
Well, trafficking was Winter's baby. Peterson just used it as a means to an end.
To what end?
Getting out of Wentworth. She wanted us to rig a crooked witness for her appeal. And that's not all. We've got her on everything from jaywalking to fraud.
You can also add attempted bribery to that, Inspector. Last night, Peterson offered me large sums of money that was to be drawn from accounts held under false names.
We traced one account under an assumed name. We figured there might be more.
Mrs. Powell, I am beginning to wonder whether I would be informed if Wentworth were on fire. Why didn't you report this to me? I'm sorry, Mrs. Davidson, but it occurred after you'd left last night. I'll do the report this morning. Well, see that you do. Now bring Peterson here. Well, Inspector, if you have any further revelations about Peterson, please tell me now.
Oh, I think we've covered everything.
So has she, it would seem, from bribery to murder.
Morning. Morning, ladies. Come on. It's all right. Well, let's get the show on the road, shall we?
Yeah. You seem pretty bright this morning, Anne.
He's always bright. You know, Mr. Marnie, I like it when you're talking, when you tell us to get to work, because you always sound as though it's going to be fun.
Well, there's no reason why it shouldn't be, Lizzie.
What did you get up to last night?
Oh, nothing. Just went to the movies with a friend.
Morning, Mr. Marnie. I'll be taking Peterson. You've got a visitor.
Right, Mr. Powell.
I'll have a coffee with you later.
Yeah, sure.
What's she doing having a visitor at this hour of the morning?
I don't care how many visitors she gets or what time they come.
Oh, come on, love. You're still a bit depressed about getting sprung, aren't you? Tell you what, let's get to work and that'll take your mind off things.
I don't want to take my mind off.
There's no good dwelling on the past.
I'm not, Lizzie. I'm thinking about the future.
Who is my visitor? Someone you're quite familiar with by now. No, not that way. The visit, it's to be held in the governor's office. Why the governor's office? Well, why not? Nothing but the best for our Dr. Peterson. Come on. What's going on? Mr. Davidson? Inspector Grace will explain. What am I doing here?
Well, now, you're going to be charged with fraud, Mrs. Peterson. Conspiring to import drugs into the prison, conspiring to pervert the course of justice, and now attempted bribery of a prison officer, it seems.
You're mad. I don't have to stay here and listen to...
You don't have to answer any of these charges, but I must warn you that anything you say may be taken down, reduced to type, and may be used in evidence against you.
Well, you'll have to get your evidence from somewhere else, won't you? Because you haven't got any. You can't prove any of these charges. What's he writing down?
Well, that's Detective Sergeant Ross. He's just doing his job.
Detective? What are you trying to do to me? You've all had a hand in this, haven't you? The attempted bribery of an officer. Sounds cheap and dirty, doesn't it? Insulting. But I seem to remember you were eager enough at the time. What happened, pal? Get cold feet.
Come on, Mrs. Peterson. You've been supplying us with enough evidence yourself, don't you think? I mean, there's your attempt to rig a crooked witness and your secret accounts and now bribery of a prison officer. You're going to be in here for a long time.
Oh, no. You used me. You used my information. You can't keep me in here. You pig, you used me!
Come on, Peterson, come on.
Nobody uses me!
Well, just to show I'm not resentful, I won't add assault of a police officer to the charges.
Peterson, you will be placed in solitary confinement.
I'll go with you.
I'll kill you.
Join the queue, lady. There's a waiting list.
You can't keep me in here forever. I'll kill you, all of you. You're all liars and cheats and filthy. No!
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too. When morning comes around, last night I dreamed we were together.